24 minutes after 2, Asampa FM Sony, and Menasia Subio, the Ecosi Saint Jumediane Bremo, a Tuesday afternoon, the 22nd day of February 2022. Midedio Saibon Sufemi Obi. I speak on behalf of the best production team in town, a team led by Dominic Kisi Yaboa, with support from Nana Chumberema, Jackson Osei Ntiamoa, Yawo Eric Opare, popularly known as DJ Yeyo, and a Queen Star Japan. That's the team behind Ecosi Saying, the multiple award-winning late afternoon political talk show, the CIMG radio program of the year, the GJA political program of the year, live from our national studios 355 Fanofa Street in Kokomlemle, Accra. And the show is live on a number of affiliate radio stations across Ghana, over a dozen of them actually, from Salaga to Bibiani in the Western North region. Join us and let's get this show underway. Inti uo Bibiani a higher Ochiame FM 99.7 or Salagan so a higher Can FM 85.7 Moamu Sunyane Storm FM Suni Japekro Minidaso FM any Wenchi Iriase FM and a Royal FM or Boase higher PZ Radio a Commandant a higher Cruise FM or Fins a higher Time FM Asante Achemagogo Adansia FM Suni Jokwa a higher Bankam Radio Koforidia Afima Radio Sekendi Takwadia Seda FM Ejera Neje FM and a Today's Radio also in Ejera. I'm so over 123 radio stations at the last count and a fire in Jumedie live from the United Kingdom through to the US to Germany to Holland to Denmark to Norway to South Africa to China. Oko China, you would GL Radio Online, Omofa Ecosi Saying live. UK so Abawa Radio, Amansan Radio, Golden Beat Radio, and you want NASPA Radio, all in the United Kingdom, and of course Winners FM, Omonso FIN, Oko US of Air, Golden Radio in Worcester, Hope for Life Radio in Virginia, and a host of other radio stations. myjoyonline.com, adomonline.com, with Metier on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Join us and let's stay interactive. Ecosi Saying live on Asampa FM. 6:30 p.m. na Jumedie eba ewie and the General Secretary of the NPP, John Bwedu Etnase Edi Enkomo Enrani Yashase issues about NPP polling station elections, nomination forms. There was a man for Kofani Ade in Semna Kwaku Bre, and any General Secretary Nankasa Etnase. He's the Chief Administrator of the party. Yeneno Edin Semiho and Komo, and we would find time and speak about other issues in Parliament, in the executive. But before that, Nunim say and. Driver for Amayate say transport fares, and I think last week the transport minister in Kumo said by Monday Enra they would agree on the new percentage increment in transport fares, and the editor say a 15%. Obekaya concerned drivers for near they put out 30%, you know, but after negotiations they don't agree on 15%. Yene transport unions in Penyefone bedi ehon komo CCR. But in Parliament, and so there seemed to be some disquiet in Parliament. Now, if the absence of some members of Parliament, you know, on the floor of Parliament. Now, in the NPP, you know, there are issues about the availability of Adwoa Safo in Parliament, or a member of Parliament for Ablakwa Benya constituency. And some leading members of the party have had cause to complain. Say, she's holding the entire party to ransom. I say, on no person or trade your bay and wako US na me maybe on a parliament ne cramming si hone in semna kwa be and they be say all the demands at two tables. So say so man no deputy majority leader and I say deputy finance minister pa won si Ghana hebio in some no be and I'm so ma MPs ni be na akasa ede afa ho. But some members of the minority so have actually jumped to her defense. And if one of them, Honorable Samuel Okudje to Ablakwa, na post on Facebook about 32 minutes ago, or say the vote and proceedings confirming the absentee status of the offending 3 NPP MPs remain intact and well secured. The unprincipled discrimination against Sarah Adwoa-Safo by her own colleagues simply because of the obnoxious e-levy must cease forthwith. 3 by-elections, not 1. Into your chiremua, say Ebasa MP before your madrin say Adwoa-Safo nkwana ames me onim say Mranika say untimi me say proceedings for 15 parliamentary sitting days in a row without permission from the speaker. No, 15 parliamentary sitting days in a row. O me say parliamentar wasun etime yeshe. Without permission from the speaker, your seat can be declared vacant, and that would occasion a by-election. You know, unless your absence no air with the approval of the speaker. And yes, I was so I say. The okuja to Ablakwa Kenya say, apart from Sarah Adwoa-Safo no, there are other 2 NPP MPs. So 15 parliamentary sitting days. So I may say, into the focus should not be just on Adwoa-Safo. It is a basso mokas Adwoa-Safo may say. In the end, declare the seat vacant now by election because what do I make Benya? Then a better 3 by elections, not just 1. And okuja to Ablakwa, as part of this post on Facebook, no, I take it short of all the attendance. And in Duba Facebook, yeah, the sandy post where you the atoho, where Samuel okuja to Ablakwa, yeah, the atoho. So I post now, accompanying this post, a shot of all the votes and proceedings of Parliament. In Nipa, attendance in Parliament, and we're not chemwa, cover all the 3 absentee MPs. 3. In the post, this is the vote and proceedings confirming the absentee status of the offending 3 NPP MPs remain intact and well secured. Unfortunately, he stopped short of mentioning the names. Of course, Yenim Adwoa-Safo, but who are the other 2? Domi or the Dine Kahon? Who the other 2 MPs no are? I don't know, but I don't need post way more. Names need post way more. I want the Twitter the na. Okay, let's see. Send them in a Twitter, Twitter or the Twitter about this particular story. I'm told say on Twitter the obo MPs crony edin. MPP MPs 3 now monso. I may say 15 parliamentary sitting days, no. For which reason, if we're going strictly by the letter of the law, it was so monso, no. If it is without and a conditional, if it is without the approval of the speaker, monso seat no would have to be declared vacant. On Twitter, no. Okay, in the Twitter, the end thorough, I don't know a lengthy post. On Twitter, no say, from a thorough and unimpeachable assessment of the vote and proceedings of Parliament between October 26, 2021 and November 24th, 2021, 26th to 24th, 15 days. Okay, yeah, that's even more than 15. Between October 26th, 2021 and November 24th, 2021, 2 NPP MPs, Ken Ohene Ejapon and Henry Korte, who is also Greater Accra Regional Minister, were absent without permission, without permission from the Right Honourable Speaker Alban S.K. Bagben for 18 working days each. 18 working days each. And Mamin Kaimo say, yeah, boy, home this year, Benya. Honourable Okuja to Ablakwa and Kasawa, home I'm told, say, Parliament is currently in session, and you're putting a home on fat. Me, but just say, obey na catch and say, yeah, friend, and the on family yen don't see me mu esukokakra. Or say, I am therefore perplexed and wondering in all sincerity the basis for the discriminatory and unprincipled attacks on Sarah Adwoa-Safo by our colleagues on the NPP side of the House, and particularly from Ken Ohene Ejapon, who is equally guilty of the same offense he's been raving and ranting about. In all fairness, We expect and will also ensure that the Privileges Committee considers the matter of 3 absenting MPs and not 1. Article 97(1)(c) of the 1992 Constitution and Order 16(1) of our standing orders must not and will not be applied selectively. Realistically, Ghanaians should be preparing for 3 by-elections in Ascent Central, Ayawaso Central, and Domikwa Abenya constituencies. Wow. And we are indeed in for an interesting ride. Inti Oba ne tweet no de ato Facebook live streaming no ubetime de me kan ye edaho for the avoidance of doubt. Inti Oba ye Facebook live stream na ube ho. And it's really getting interesting. Inti onu kire mu a omo nso ayo mo calculations who say for 18 parliamentary sitting days, no, and as a working days, no, and ya adjust for pen na absent. In fact, 2 other MPs no were absent. Omu nyina no nso no enya de a omo etumi eba parliament. Inti ni nyina ye enkomo a ababa betodwa a ye behwe na yetumi edi. Inti monsha ne nso ema ye ba we'll get into this story. Ani okuje to Ablakwa bedi nkomo enche bia ewo ahomanos no mo hu said enioma esi echo. Sound of our time on Ekosi saying is sponsored by Edu Motors. Your light has come. UPI, formerly near from Uniac Practical Institute, Provident Insurance with Provident, Man, Yakavit, and Agbave Herbal Center. May hear some segment in so Fabricam Pharmaceuticals, your health, our priority. Obapa product. Also, Wara Obecheki, EcoBank Ghana, the Pan African Bank, Awake Purified Drinking Water, and a Rockstars Roofing Systems. Also, quality and affordability. Your interviews are here on this show, including your one-on-one interviews. And the monim say John Boedu Nasi Edin Komo, and also Chop Shop, Ghana's Good Food Place, DBS Roofing Sheets, Roofing Papa Fie, and a HEPA Plus mixer. Emma Apomodeni Ampa, Omonso Esoyana saying, your discussion segment, Weber call, or say Weber We Care. Your Franco Trading Enterprise, phone Papa Efie, and a dependable herbal. Producers of Adom Malakio, Omonso Ebwaye, and ye in discussion segment, you know, Ebremo. We say, good afternoon, Obi. A happy birthday to Great Amos of Tema. Do have a great day. Also, a very big good afternoon to Commander Bafo Ajiman Sarkodie, Eastern Regional Youth Organizer Hopeful, and I create more boating a dear any. Okay. Let me see. We say good afternoon, Obi. I'm enjoying a consistent live inside Queensland with Patrick Osajefo and Nana Sly. A glorious birthday going to Dachehima Mami Ekwia Sapoma, CEO of Rhythms Prestige Hair, Adenta Lotto Kiosk. Have a great day, Dachehima. Best regards to Harriet Brobe inside New York. Master P all the way from London and on the way I'm praying. Let me see. The other ones we have here na fe yenhwe intimi and twaso we could see saying so I asempa 94.7 FM. Obi, you are loud and clear with the Kosi saying fan base at Ashes Barber Shop near the Magistrate Court in Ejumako. And good afternoon to all the guys there. Eja Adam Ewenyan Maim Yadase Papa for coming through with this one. We say please wish Kofi Otredakon of Asofan Assemblies of God a glorious birthday. Eradin Shranada Ernest is in Taifa in Obi. One of the reasons why our politics seems to be receiving a bad image from teaming Ghanaians is the exhibition of hypocritical conduct. When did Okudzeto Ablakwa become Adwoa Safo's defender? After accusing her of impersonation, the rate of hypocritical conduct in our political domain is becoming monotonous. Anyways, Obi, with this unfolding story of by-election, I would like to inquire, can the same parliamentarian whose seat has been declared vacant still contest in the same constituency? Regards to Sampine KMA boss, Master Planner Junior, Kintampo, and on the way. But it's a really interesting question. Say you declare seat vacant MP now or tesono obetimi a contest biwana. I think it's a really important point when we get the powers that be yebebusa won sansem no enyina right ntimunhya ne nso emaye na unso fa wadwen kyerɛ ebrain na yɛnhwɛ nkan ema we kosi sɛn so ne ha asempa 94.7 FM mesrɛ mo ani die mu a sɛ munye masom na memfa we ntwam na afei yɛnkɔ ahoma so nkɔhyɛ ase eni nkɔmɔ Melcom Super Saver card no it's taking Market Day Wednesday shopping to another level. It's easy. You get registered on the Melcom Super Saver card at any Melcom branch nationwide and enjoy 5% discount on purchases worth 150 Ghana cedis and above every day. And you better to about 10% discount on purchases worth 250 Ghana cedis and above every first and third Wednesday of each month. Super Saver card is the original CD saver. Terms and conditions apply. Melcom, where Ghana shops. And the Munshan so MIA. Samuel Okuja to Ablakwa, a North Tongue Member of Parliament, Oko Parliamentar, on the Foreign Affairs Committee, on the ranking member. On Ablakwa, because he's saying Sonny.
Yo, Joseph Mania.
Na apomi there.
Nyamiado, apomi. Na where?
Adumia, nkakra, and a crying. Congratulations and so for emerging the Ecosi saying award here MP for the year 2021.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. I mean, take the opportunity to thank you, your team, your production, and most importantly, it's a humbling development, and it will encourage us to keep doing our best for God and country.
Super. Minim say more parliament why a bit busy into where my monitor no nya kwa kotoa wadwuma so. I just read a post on Facebook and Twitter on our handle on Twitter or page on Facebook. Essentially the wo kan say amanfo adwen won say one by election in the office now among so amadwen na 3 after thorough research among who say 3 NPP MPs and I flouted that provision of 15 absenting yourself for more than 15 parliamentary sitting days. Boyemu in some to saying
yeah, and a very authentic poster what kind on my social media handles. I'm fair over the last few days. Yeah, colleagues on the NPP side of the house have been very consistent in the attacks, if I put it that way, on the Member of Parliament for Ablakwa Benya. Omobi threatens Omobe a trigger a referral to the Privileges Committee in line with Article 97(1)(c) of the 1992 Constitution and Order 16(1) of the Standing Orders of Parliament. And they have been very vociferous and very belligerent in those demands. Now, I took it upon myself to go through the votes and proceedings and to ascertain for myself the real situation so far as attendance to the house is concerned. And me exercise, a few days ago. Now, the finding is quite revealing, and I encourage even you in the media, civil society organizations, members of the general public, Obia or PESE, or analyze the attendance of members of parliament. It's easy to do that. The votes and proceedings is the record of the house that, as it were, captures attendance. It captures attendance in three compartments. Omoya present, and or more absent with permission. That is what apply to the speaker, giving a reason why you cannot attend upon the house. Not speaker, amao the permission to be absent. And that's the second category. Third category, just absent. One, but you didn't seek any uh, approval from the right honorable speaker not to attend upon the house. And see, when you go through the vote and proceedings, Ubehu said there are three offending members of parliament, and I'm really surprised. Our colleagues on the other side have been so unprincipled and have been so discriminatory in their singling out of the Honorable Sarah Adjasafo, the Member of Parliament for Domikwabenya. OSHA the records that are available to us in this house. OSHA from Tuesday, 26 October 2021 to Thursday, 25th November 2021. Two other members of parliament on the NPP side, the Honorable Kennedy Ohene Ojipon for Asin Central and the Honorable Henry Korte for Ayawaso Central. They both absented themselves without permission from the Speaker for 18 working days in clear violation of the 15-day rule under Article 97 of the Constitution. And the can I say the MPP must be principled and they must be unbiased in their as it were pursuit of this matter. Mm-hmm. You cannot have a situation now. You are singling out the Honorable Sarah Adjasafo just because of your e-levy vote, because she is not making herself available for you to get the numbers to pass the obnoxious e-levy. E-levy, Ghana phone, I mean, who poll be less than 80%, of Ghanaians having said that this e-levy should be shelved. The industry players, experts, Obia, Ghana phone, everybody is up in arms against this e-levy. And yet the government is adamant. And because of that, they want to, as it were, single out the Honorable Sarah Adjasafo, because for now, it will appear that she is not pursuing, their interest, even though some of us see that if it is the case that she's not showing up because she doesn't support the e-levy, then she is clearly acting in the national interest, because the majority of Ghanaians do not support the e-levy. But the more fundamental point is that more trigger a by-election. You want to push for a by-election. The point must be accepted by all that we cannot have discrimination, we cannot have such unfairness. Then there ought to be 3 by-elections, because there are 3 offending members of parliament. And the irony, and it's some of the MPs who are up in arms, a particular MP who is, been most unfair because looking at the kind of words, that are being used, calling the honorable MP, a failure in life, a pampered child. You shouldn't use such words on our colleagues, particularly when you have a certain relationship with that MP that everybody knows about. And those coming to equity should not be coming with such filthy, stinking, hands. They must come with clean hands. That is the rule. And the records available to us in this house are very clear. if there should be a by-election now, there should be 3 by-elections. If there should be a referral to the privileged committee, there should be 3 referrals. And my serving notice, sir, based on the work I have done, which is incontrovertible, which is unimpeachable, any timer, the matter will come up, and the Honorable Ajasafu will be referred to the privileged committee. I will also make an application before the Speaker for the Honorable Kennedy Ejepong and the Honorable Henry Korte of Ayawaso Central to also be referred to the privileges committee. You see, let's be interested in the image of this house. These are serious matters. People vote for MPs to come to Parliament to work. I do not support any MP absenting themselves. There are clear rules. Apply to the Speaker. Make sure you get approval. If you do not apply to the Speaker, the provisions of the Constitution, which is rehashed in our standing orders, are very, very clear. Sir, once you absent yourself for 15 working days without approval from Mr. Speaker, the matter should be referred to the privilege committee.
And who does the referral?
So a member will make the application at plenary for the Speaker.
Okay.
For the Speaker to refer the matter to the privileges committee.
And member debate
that has been the practice.
Member debate majority or minority?
Exactly. Yeah. There's no bar. Any member of parliament from all sides
can raise that issue. Because I'm a bit curious. I mean, share timelines for research now. That's from 26th October to 24th November last year. Would I be right to say, sir, but for this hula baloo around Sarah Adwoa Safo, the whole House of Parliament would have been sleeping on such a serious issue? Because but for this way, I'm sure say Bianca research no are unearth some of these revelations are yet in any.
Ampa, it's a fair observation, Awaya. And honestly, Nyankasa, when I came to the conclusion of this matter after the research, it was clear to me that as an institution, and it's a matter I intend to raise later on, as an institution, we need a system where we can be tracking and then keeping count of these matters. Because I mean, now it's 18 days. There was in the 7th Parliament, there was another incident which ran even into months, until members started, realizing and asking questions and all of that. It's clear, sir, as an institution, we need to improve on our internal oversight to ensure that these things do not happen, because there's a way it can undermine our collective image. Because honestly, this whole Ajasafu Buhaha, and I decided to just take it upon myself that are we sure we are being fair? Is there on both sides, NPP and DC, are we sure that nobody has violated the 15-day rule? Only to realize, even one of the most vociferous people who is calling for the head of the Honorable Ajasafu, he himself, is as guilty as sin. It's clear, as an institution, we need to reform, and we need to have a system properly so erected that to me, I'm making sure that we'll keep all of these things in check. Because Ubekaya, in the case of the Honorable Amwating,
yes,
Ubekaya, I think he appears to have also fallen through the cracks until alarm blew, and he was arrested in the state. So I think over the years, Parliament hasn't done too well in terms of keeping track and making sure that these things are monitored. Because if these matters are not raised, I think that in the Speaker's office should be able to track all of us, all 275 MPs attendance, and the Speaker should have the power to even make a determination without even the matters probably being raised, becoming a political issue and all of that. Because if we don't put in place clear systems, some people will be elected, they come here, and and nobody, holds them accountable, and the taxpayer is spending money. Every month you're receiving your salary, you're receiving all the conditions of service, and yet you are not, attending the house, carrying out what you are voted for, to do. I mean, I don't mind where there is a legitimate reason internal want to make up, but the rules are clear. So if there is a legitimate reason,
inform the Speaker.
We are all human. It be our health, and it's a operation B or something of that nature. You should inform the Speaker. Seek permission, show the evidence, the medical or whatever evidence, whatever the excuse is, what is the reason why you are incapacitated, where you are not able to attend upon the house. You should provide that evidence and seek permission from the Right Honorable Speaker. One yanisa, you have no excuse. You have no excuse. And as an institution, there ought to be strict adherence to the rules, and the Speaker should set examples and descend heavily on those who fall flat. Because Mekai said, even in the seventh, I think it must be the seventh Parliament, this group Odikro,
yes,
they do very well. I remember they did raise, they also did some research and realized that some MPs had, fallen foul. They were in breach of the 15-day rule. But I think that Speaker Okwe probably at the time, seemed to have used his discretion to let them go. But you see, it's clear, sir, consistently, some people are not, respecting this rule. They are violating Article 97 of the Constitution, breaching Order 16 of our standing orders, and they are getting away with it. It doesn't help the image of the institution.
And Sammy, I just want this clarity.
In the house to work, and I say you don't get elected. You don't come here to work.
I just want this clarity relative to the two names you mentioned, i.e., Kennedy Ohene Japan and the Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Korte. Are you certain from research say they were absent without the approval, the knowledge of the Speaker? Or you're certain on that?
Absolutely certain. Absolutely certain. From the records of the votes and proceedings, a copy of which, copies of which I'm holding in my hand.
Okay.
It's stated clearly that they are just absent. So Speaker, our approval, you will be put under the category absent with permission.
Okay.
Absent with permission. But these two persons now, they are simply absent. In Tewisha, for example, the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 26 October 2021, the following honorable members were absent. It has recorded 75 names, those who were absent. And you see this, the two persons of interest, Wabo Mudin, they are listed there as absent. And for 18 working days, they were totally absent without permission.
Permission from the Speaker.
Absent.
And I want to believe, sir, Omu fall in that category, the breaching that 15 working day rule without permission from the Speaker. No, just these three. There are none other from the minority side.
Yes, Ejima Maya, I assessed both sides.
Okay.
It was not a one-sided assessment. It's it's only these three MPs from the NPP side caught in the web. I must indicate, sir, the Honorable Jogate, he escaped narrowly. He absented himself for 14 working days continuous. But I think on the 15th day,
he appeared.
Yeah, being the smart lawyer he is. And then there's, I think to, I just should leave out those. Some came close, maybe 10, 11, 12. But I mean, once they were able to beat the 15-day rule, they are not in breach. But these three MPs, they are clearly in breach, and it will be interesting to know what view the speaker will take, and what actions should ensue. And I think that we should put this whole discussion of absenteeism in proper context. To be fair, and yet Dominic Abenya Fonkwa and their MP owes them an explanation. The Asen Central and Ayawaso Central constituencies, there are also, the same issues there. And then as a house, as an institution, per se, you're taking action. We must be fair and balanced, non-discriminatory. Nobody is above the law in this country. It has to be applied across the board. All three offending MPs, say, by election, if the privileges committee finds out, all three, their reasons are not justified, then we should go the full hog and have those three by elections. But let's not have this situation where we seem to be creating monsters. Maybe they are above the law, they are untouchable, and then we let them off the hook, and then we go after others. Particularly at this time, Ababe said, you should vote for E-levy. Indiana, Yakai, the 15-day rule. This rule has always been, in our statutes since 1992, since the Constitution was promulgated. Let's be fair in its application.
Very well. Wait, just a bit of education in bare 1 minute. I mean, say, member be sorry raising the issue of a colleague member be a absent, breaching the 15-day rule. I'm sure say obey raising at the plenary or raising we are. What happens? Processes near then. What will lead to the declaration of the seat to be vacant and by election events you subsequently process not saying
your process not as to say we'll raise it on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
The speaker is obliged under Order 16.1 to refer the matter to the privileges committee, so that privileges committee will give the offending MP a hearing, under the principle of natural justice, at least. Yes. Ebiana or some, justification went to me and seek permission. He or she should be heard at least.
Yes.
After that, not privileges committee or more consider what had transpired before them, the evidence before them. Now more prepare more report. They'll take a vote. So that report will contain the vote. Was it by majority decision, consensus? The person referred to them is in clear breach of Article 97. It should be thrown out of the house. And now they disagree with whoever made the referral on the floor. They should just state it in their report. But that is not final. Their report will then be presented to the House. In Parliament, committee reports and committee decisions are not final.
Yes.
It depends on the plenary. A committee can even take a particular, view of a matter. A plenary we have the right to even disagree and
yes.
vote in a totally different direction. It's just that most often we give committees some leverage because they are dealing closely with the matters now. But there have been instances where the plenary, the House has disagreed with committees. The matter will be brought and debated in the House, in Parliament, and then Parliament will take the final decision.
Okay.
And then that is after that decision that we will know the status of those MPs. And there have been a few contempt proceedings that have happened at the Privilege Committee that have come to the House, and the House has taken a view of it. Ubekaya, the Black Rasta matter. It was the House. The report was presented to the House. The matters will not end at the Privileges Committee. The House, the full House, to deliberate and then take a vote on the matter. After that, now if we vote and decide these three MPs should be thrown out, they are in clear violation of Article 97. The Speaker then has to declare the seat vacant, and then the Electoral Commission takes over. I think they will have 21 days, if my memory serves me right, to conduct another election in the respective
constituency. Very well. Sami my nasi bibia ni a yebese di nkomo bio. Why? That's it. Samuel Okudje to Ablakwa, a member of Parliament, North Town constituency, ranking member on the